This week we explore the beautiful Bremer Island. We stay at the Eco Lodge Banubanu and we get amongst the fish, go snorkeling and chill out in a slice of paradise. After the dusty tracks of the last couple of weeks, being back on the coast with that salt breeze in the air just feels like the right thing to do. And our hosts for this week, Trevor and Helen from Banubanu Wilderness Retreat, have a true slice of paradise and they are wanting to share it with us. Banubanu is nestled in the northeast tip of Bremer Island, about 12 kilometres as the crow flies from the town of Nhulunbuy in the Northern Territory. The majority of guests that venture here fly into Nhulunbuy or trek up from Katherine via the gravel Central Arnhem Road. Bremer Island does have a small airstrip, but today we have chosen the more casual-paced boat ride across to our accommodation. The boat trip across to Bremer Island takes just over an hour, and it's a great opportunity for Trevor to fill you in on the local history and culture. One thing is for certain though, from the moment you arrive at the retreat, you will think you have found the promised land. The East Arnhem Land region is known for its majestic beaches and lush tropical surrounds. Banubanu is situated in one of the prettiest bays up here, and if you're looking for a unique remote island holiday destination, then Banubanu Wilderness Retreat is for you. This spot is definitely bucket list material. Banubanu is a simple retreat. Craftily, most of the buildings have been built using local materials recovered from the island's beaches. Its simplicity adds to its appeal. The communal dining area is where all meals are served. Here, guests share a dining and recreational area and are invited to chill out with a book or learn about the history of Bremer Island from the retreat's owners. There are a number of accommodation options to choose from, but a maximum of 12 guests are accommodated at one time. For the budget conscious, the spacious and well-ventilated safari tents are a comfortable option. The beautifully laid out beach house and hideaway cabins have their own en-suites and double beds, each tucked away in lush monsoonal vine thicket setting, which provides guests with total solitude and privacy. These were an absolute treat to stay in, and need to be booked in advance as they are very popular with guests. As to the latest accommodation addition, the recently completed deluxe beachfront eco tents are for those who want the best Arnhem Land has to offer. Perched at the foot of the sand dunes and strategically positioned to capture magnificent ocean views, the beachfront eco tents offer guests total luxury and comfort. Check out the retreat's website for the features and booking details. Before the break, we had arrived at Banubanu Wilderness Retreat, where most guests come to relax, unwind and soak up the sunshine. But that will have to wait, as tides and conditions are perfect to wet a line and hunt down dinner. Fishing time. In the past, I have fished the Arafura Sea and know it's home to migrating pelagics, an array of colourful and tasty reef fish, and both marlin and sailfish.
Wow.
past these rocks over here and we picked up this guy.
Probably about 8-9 pounds,
Yeah,
I reckon.
he's a good size. Very cool. We've been fishing for a matter of like 10 minutes. We've picked this guy up straight away.
Once again, the Arafura Sea delivers.
Come on. So we're just trolling around, making another pass, and we've hooked up, I think, to another mackerel on the same colour, white and red bomber. I don't think he's quite as big as pennies, unfortunately. He's a little bit smaller, but that's all right. There you go, second Spanish mackerel for the day. Happy days. Yeah, mate, yeah, I reckon.
A very eager release. This is Higginson Island and it's been nominated as a protected bird area. And that's because it's nesting grounds for up to 10,000 of the brindle species. And you can see just how many there are there at the moment, and they're quite noisy. It's incredible to see so many birds on such a small area.
Higginson Island is the only known nesting site for crested terns and common noddies in the Northern Territory.
See these birds over here, Trev? Yeah, mate. So we're just cruising along here, having a look at some birds, and I thought I might chuck my silver slug out just for a bit of fun. And look what I've hooked onto. Queenie. I love fishing. Look at him go. How's that, eh? Get him out of the water and then back into the water. We'll get him back in the water pretty quick, I reckon. And away he goes. A little bit impromptu. Just thought I'd have a little bit of a fish, and wouldn't you know it, I got one.
We arrived at Banubanu Lodge about midday, quickly threw down a sandwich, and Trevor suggested we go straight out in the boat. We hadn't got very far out and we were straight into a Spanish mackerel. Those guys grow up to 2.4 metres long and up to 40 kilos in weight, so they can get quite a good size about them. After the Spanish mackerel was the coral trout. We're going to do some more fishing tomorrow, and I'm so excited to show you guys more of Bremer Island.
Banubanu Wilderness Retreat on Bremer Island would have to be one of the prettiest locations I have had the pleasure of visiting in a long time. The facilities are simple, but the owners have designed it in a way so that guests can appreciate beach living while still being close to nature. Everything you could possibly want is here for a relaxing vacation. Situated on one of the most picturesque bays in the Arafura Sea, this is my idea of a getaway. And the thing is, we haven't even scratched the surface on what else is on offer when you visit the island. One thing I did enjoy was having your meals together each night. It's a time to share stories from the day's activities and get to know the other guests that have also discovered this little gem of a spot.
just finished our beautiful dinner up at the wilderness retreat, and they said to take a torch down to the eastern side of the beach and you may see a turtle nesting. This is a green turtle doing exactly that. And they seem to go into a bit of a trance, so we're not disturbing her at all. She's quite happy with us here. I didn't actually think we'd see one tonight, but pretty special moment to see her here. When we were walking up, you could see the line where she's waddled up. She's quite high up, just in front of the sand dune here. And she's quite a good size too. There she goes, safe and sound. What an experience that was.
Unreal.
I'm glad we came down. We got here just in time.
Yeah.
She just finished laying her eggs and then we got to see her to go back to the ocean.
Yeah.
Timing is everything. It's not much moon tonight and the tide's coming in. And I really like the pattern she left on the sand. You can see her little tail all the way back to the water.
It's pretty cool. I'd like to be here for when the eggs hatch, if we could.
Yeah, yeah. If they do actually make it back into the water, if the predators don't pick them up, they can live up to 80 years old. So,
How many eggs do you reckon she would have laid?
I don't know, probably quite a few.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Yeah, she's a healthy specimen.
I wonder how old she was, you reckon?
No idea.
She'd have to be a bit old to get that big, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know, she's pretty big.
Yeah. Well, shall we keep walking and see if we can find another one?
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you think about visiting Arnhem Land, on the many activities that are available to do, snorkeling is not usually one that would come to mind. But Banubanu has a coral garden right on their doorstep.
This is one of the few places that you can swim in the salt water in Arnhem Land. There's a beautiful reef just out here, lots of different fish species and different types of coral. It's just full of life. Beautiful place to stay. You guys have to get yourselves here. We're heading out this morning in the four-wheel drive to see the sights of the island and also to do some crabbing in the creek with the local people. It should be a wonderful day.
Additional activities on the island incorporate the local community members, which makes for a truly authentic cultural experience. Head guide Brian was on hand and made sure we got the most out of our day.
You're safe and you stay on the sand, and when we call you, we'll be safe.
Got my spear ready, looking for crabs.
Keen eyesight is key here, and Merrill was quick to show us how it's done with our first good-sized mud crab. Whereas Tony was keen to get us a feed of fresh fish.
This is what we're chasing at the moment in these shallow waters. And the traditional owners are very careful on what they take. They like to keep a balance here, not take too many, so that
sustain enough food for everyone that's here, so I'll put this little guy back.
So that's our future, you know, it won't be long before that does grow into a bigger one.
Yeah. As the tide rises, it's time to leave the estuary hunting grounds and head over to the coast. Once again, Meryl makes it look so easy. This is one form of fishing Benny was keen to notch a win up on.
Another crack, I guess?
Shovel-nosed shark in the shallows here, but there's plenty of schools of mullet. Ben's out there hoping to spear one. I reckon he'll have one shortly. He's getting pretty good at it. He's a decent size. Got big nippers on him.
Yeah. Tasty.
Was he close into shore or?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Just
there. And had to go with this spear and broke it.
Ah, you reckon?
Yeah. Too heavy-handed.
Oh dear. You just saw a dark shadow moving and...
Yeah, just saw him, like it almost looked like a rock.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have saw him if it wasn't for you seeing him, mate. You pointed him out. And there you go.
Well done.
Mud crab.
Yeah. Ah, all good.
Yeah, it's this. My privilege to come out and spear a mud crab with the local Aboriginals. So they've taught me and persevered with my bad aiming, and finally, there's the proof. So crab for lunch, sounds good.
This guy's a good size. He was speared too. You could see the schools coming up into the shallows. And these guys would just watch them come in until they get close enough. They're in about thigh deep water, and then they go, and this is the end product of that. Some beautiful fish. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bremer Island is only small in size, but it truly punches above its weight with what it has on offer.
Now, this is not an area where we normally take our guests because it's a very dangerous area. If we're coming down, we're taking them out on a very low tide, up on the sand areas, not into the creek. And the reason for that is it's dark and
Yep.
it's just a lovely habitat.
Yes, it looks
Crop.
quite inviting for a crocodile, isn't it? With Ben already on the scoreboard, this was my last chance to prove my worth. There we go. The boys pointed me in the right direction for a mud crab. They're pretty hard to see in this water. There's not much sunlight at the moment. He only had one claw and he just dropped that when I speared him. But yeah, good size. So there's a few different types of tours you can do here, isn't there, Brian?
Yeah, that's right, Penny. We've got tours that are cultural, tours for crabbing, tours for scenic, We have tours for bird watching and also for turtle watching.
And you can tailor
That's
a tour.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So whatever you would like, we can do.
Fantastic. And to book the tour is through Banu Wilderness Lodge?
That's right, yeah. Just speak to Trevor or Helen and
They'll sort it out.
yeah.
And this is our last place for the tour, this lookout.
It is, yeah.
Magnificent.
A beautiful bay in here, which is great for swimming and just walking along. We often get turtles that come up on the beach here.
Fantastic. Oh, beautiful.
It's all about relaxation.
For sure. Thanks for the tour, Brian.
You're welcome.
Cheers, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very good hunters. Yeah, thank you for showing me where the crab was.
Thanks, mate.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for all your tips, mate. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
No, thank you. Really appreciate it. Beautiful spot here. Beautiful. This is day 2 fishing from Banubanu Wilderness Retreat. The weather is about 15 to 20 knots today, so a little bit rougher than yesterday. I'm going to do some bait fishing on the bottom. We're in over 20 metres deep and hopefully pick up a snapper. This guy feels a little bit more weighty. Is it? These fish are extremely slow growing. They take up to 30 years as their lifespan. They reach sexual maturity about 6 to 8 years. That's a beautiful specimen right there. We haven't been in this spot very long and it's action stations, it's all happening.
Oh, very nice. Happy days. We're hooking up, you put us on the spot, Trev. We outnumber her too and she's still beating it. Oh, quite achiever there, Penny Wells, eh?
Banubanu Wilderness Retreat has been a magical place to visit, from watching turtles lay their eggs on the beach and return back to the surf, snorkeling the reefs here, fishing offshore, doing the cultural tour around the island in the 4-wheel drive. Don't let the size of the island fool you. Even though it's small, there's so much to see and do here. I'll give you a tip to make sure you spend enough time here to really soak up those island experiences. And a big thank you to Trevor and Helen for their warmth and hospitality for having us here at the retreat, and also to Luck Luck, the custodian of this island, to her people, the 4 clans and the families here, for generously sharing their knowledge and their island with us. We really do appreciate that. You guys are going to love it here because I've fallen in love with Bremer Island myself. Travel safe, guys, and I'll see you next week on the Top of Down Under.